So whoever has the first question, raise your hand.
First question for Mr. Usman in the middle. Last we heard, you were probably going to fight Colby Covington in November. Now it's December. I'm just curious what happened, why the sudden switch?
Well, yes, there's, in this game, as champion and being at the top of it, there's a lot of things that have to take place for a fight to come to fruition, which, on my side, my team, their side, their team, and of course, the big promotion itself. And so I know my team, we always do the best jobs to try to make the fights happen. And since day one, since I got into this promotion, I've only said no to one fight. And that was Sergio Moraes, which I later on took on that fight. And we saw what happened. So I say yes to everyone. I said yes to these fights as well. But, I can't speak for the other two sides, the promotion itself and my opponent's side. But you know what? That was water under the bridge. The fight is now set, December 14th. I'm going to do my best to separate that young man from consciousness.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Is it a matter of you want to finish this emphatically because of who he is and what he said, or is it just you want to win and it's the W is what you want?
No, each and every one of my fights is I'm going to dominate. That's a given. If you guys have seen that, I think almost every fight I have a 10-8 round. If you go back and look at that, and I'm going to dominate these guys from start to finish because I am the best welterweight in the world. But this one's a little special. It's very rare for a fight like this for the stars to align. If you start breaking down this fight, you will see that this is fate. This is not just any other regular fight that they're making. The beef is real, and I think this was fate. We're both 15-1. Those one losses, if you look at that, is to the guy that I beat. His loss is the guy I beat. My loss is to a guy he beat. We're both wrestlers. I'm a small kid from Auchi, Nigeria, and now I'm on the stage where he wants to be. So this is a special fight. There's a lot of moving parts here. There's a lot of things that people need to kind of dissect and see that this fight was written.
And outside of what he said and how he's acted and said to you, have you been impressed with his actual fighting inside the octagon over the last few years, outside of the character that he's portraying?
Well, he's the exact same guy that he was when he came into the UFC. Nothing has changed except the persona that he's putting on. That's the only thing that has changed. But now I'm the next guy up. That is my job to let him know that there's ramifications for this persona that he's putting on. You can't add to what I guess the negatives that the world is going through nowadays. You can't add. And then December 14th, I'm going to be that guy.
And I have to ask you about the November fight for the BMF title. It's in your weight class. I'm curious, as the champion of the welterweight division, what do you think of this title that Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal have kind of concocted for this November fight?
What is it called?
The BMF title.
BMF title? Oh, that's what that means? Bad month. Okay. It is what it is. I think, let's just be honest, on the promotional side, I think they dropped the ball in getting my fight done, because that's the fight that should be in MSG. They dropped the ball there in getting that fight done, so they kind of have to, create something to sell the fight. And look at those two guys. Let's be honest. These two guys have over 20 losses combined. 20 losses. How you call yourself a BMF and you got 20 losses combined? The baddest motherfucker alive is the guy that no one can touch. And hey, you got 20 losses, man, sit your ass down. You're not a bad motherfucker.
Thank you. And then one for Henry Cejudo next to you. Dana's been on record saying he wants Joe B to be your next fight. I'm just curious, a health update on yourself. I feel like you've been everywhere, Abu Dhabi, Melbourne, Mexico. Mentally, how are you feeling? Physically, how are you feeling? And is Joe B next for you?
I have been traveling quite a bit, and I do have I probably have about a month left in order for me to start training again. So I'm looking forward to fighting sometime in March, whether that's going to be with Joe. There's guys here even on the stage that we could possibly fight. And as of now, get healthy. Talk to the man Ali. I want to give a big thanks to Ali for everything that he put together. This is. showing power over here to to other organizations that we have a voice too. And this is such an awesome event, Ali, and thank you for putting this together, my brother. You guys can clap if you guys.
Just to piggyback off of that, I mean, who's doing something like this? That goes to show the powerhouse that we do have power as well. No one's doing something like this, and this is just the beginning. This is not even, we're not even there yet. This is just the walking stages.
Kamaru, I wanted to follow up with you. You mentioned Nigeria. Got to ask you about Israel Adesanya, what you thought of his performance. I mean, from the walk-in to the interviews and everything in between. What do you think about him, and how does that impact UFC Africa? How much closer are we to making that happen?
That's what we do. I mean, we have, you see the style that we bring in. I've been doing my thing for a while, and he burst onto the scene, and he just set that bar higher. Who's doing it like us? If there wasn't a reason to realize that, hey, this is where he should be. Africa is where he should be. Who's doing it like us? I mean, look at my man here, Otman. This is my Moroccan brother right here. Look how fresh he is up here too. Like, no one's doing it like us from Africa. So, man, Izzy is doing his thing. He's amazing. He's a different guy. He's not a guy who came on trying to be like me or anything. He has his own style, his own flair, and it makes me proud just watching him do his thing from each and every time he goes out there to perform.
You mentioned Mr. Azatar there. He's got the Morocco scarf on there. Let's ask him. I heard Israel Adesanya mention that even though as much as he'd like to have it in Nigeria, he said Nigeria's probably not ready right now. Morocco is. You probably know the market better than anybody. So what do you think? Is it ready to host the UFC?
First of all, I want to thank Ali for this opportunity that he brings us all together. And thank you also to the legend Mike Tyson to make it happen in his place. Thank you for this both guys. To this point, we are working with Ali to bring UFC to Morocco. UFC have to come to Africa. We showed that we are able to take over in the UFC, and now we want to UFC come to Africa and welcome in Morocco. We're gonna make it happen. It's everything easy, everything is set up there. Just come. Let's do it.
How soon? I mean, realistically, if you had to guess, next year? That soon?
Anytime. Come tomorrow. We have everything. It's very easy. Everything is easy. Only the things which we want to make hard. Just come.
Fair enough. Thank you, sir. We'll speak with Marlon, please. Marlon, it's been a few months. I know that a disappointing result for you last time out. Just kind of want to find out, where your head's at and what you've been up to since June.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back. I lost my last fight. I had a tough loss. It was hard to digest, but we gotta get back. If you wanna fight, you have to fight through adversities. And I feel good. I feel healthy now, and I'm ready. Just waiting for Ali and the UFC. And we already asked for a fight. The fight I want is fight Jose Aldo, and we're trying to make it happen. And let's see. If he wants, my side's yes, and we're gonna bring the show, and it's gonna be a great fight. And thank you, Ali, Rob, and Tyson, to have us all here.
I know that probably after a loss like that, you're trying to move forward, and then you get stuck in a room with the guy that beat you. Is it awkward being around him, or difficult? I mean, he makes everybody cringe. Does he make you cringe?
Yeah, definitely. But my friend, I'm a fighter. I lost in the fight, and I don't want to embarrass myself. And I had the chance, I didn't do it there. Why I'm gonna will to do now, I gotta just get back, train hard, get better, and have another shot. I don't know if it's gonna be against him. I don't know if he will still be there, but I'm gonna get there again.
Thanks, Marlon. Hey, quickly, I just want to speak with Fabricio. It's been a while since we've had a chance to speak to you. Listen, I know about a year and a half into this layoff now. And give me an idea. What's the feeling like? I know there was some frustration and you were upset quite a bit. What's it like now?
Yeah, for sure, I'm very sad, about this. I know I'm innocent, But the first one, I want to say thanks to Ali. I think everybody here happy with him, you know, he make a very good job. Thank Ali for the many years. Example, I don't have a contract with Ali more, I represent him for sure, he represents me, but I don't have a contract, just like a man contract, you know. Just look in the eyes and that's it, you know. And I just, I did a lot of things, you know, and I have a lot of work. Tomorrow I go to China, you know, and I have a lot of work, appearances, seminars, I stay with my family. I come back soon for sure, I want to come back very soon because, you know, I'm 42 years old, and I'm young, my mind is very young. This is the point, you know, this is a secret. You know, I come back and I surprise you again. I shock the world again for sure. Thank you, appreciate it, guys.
Fabricio, how much have you been training during this time off? I mean, have you been on the mats a lot, or is it like kind of too frustrating or painful to train?
Yeah, I train, but not every day like before, you know. Before I train every day, but it's so hard when you have nothing to, you know, have a fight. So I have a fight coming up, like just grappling, you know. I fight grappling December 7th, just for fun, you know. For fun is good money to 100,000. Just for grappling is good, you know. Yes. And I love it. This is my life, man. I love grappling, jiu-jitsu, MMA. But I come back soon. I just have a meeting with Usada last week, and I come back soon for sure, man. You know. But the point is good point. I stay with my family. I enjoy with my family a lot. You know. I enjoy with my family. I live in here, very close here, Palo Grande, Redondo Beach. And that's it, man. I just I want to enjoy, you know. I just want to, guys, please. I want to hands up to Ali, please. The all fighters here, please. Ali don't like cameras, pictures, nothing. He's like, you know.
And one last thing, Fabricio. You said you'll be back. You'll be eligible, I think, in May. What's the goals when you come back? You know, you said you're a little older now. I mean, you have a lot of.
No, I don't say old. You say old. I say my mind's very young. I say young, no old. You know. I kill you after that.
What's the goal? Do you feel like you can fight a lot, or is it just a couple of fights?
I think, man, I just want to come back on the four fights, maybe 5. I don't know. You know, just want to come back. I want to say stop when I stop myself. You know somebody say you stop the fight. That's it. I want to stop when I say okay, I don't do it. You know, I did very thing. I'm jiu-jitsu champion, grappling champion. I triple C too. Yes. Hey, man, what happened here? Who is the real triple C? You know, jiu-jitsu champion, ADCC, and the UFC. What happened here? Just let me know, please.
See when Triple C starts, you see? Hey.
Question for Frankie over there.
Sorry, I want to add one thing to the invitation I said before. I had already one fight in Morocco, MMA fight. We have everything. We have a good healthcare, we have good infrastructure, we have good flights, we have good hotels, we have good venues. We have everything already in Morocco. Some people don't know what is going on in Morocco, but my brother, Usman Kamaru and Cejudo just came back from Morocco, and they saw, and they can tell you, everything is...
I fought in Morocco one time, like a long time ago.
MMA?
No, it's like a free fight. Like
A free fight on the street?
Yeah, round and punch, you know. Just kind of, I fought there, yeah.
Yeah.
In Marrakesh.
How you like it? You like it?
2002, 2003, I think.
So we are ready since 2003. Hey! You're welcome. Anytime you want to come, please just talk to my man Ali Abdelaziz. He's gonna make it happen.
And another thing about that is, you know, you hear Africa, and everyone immediately in their mind, I don't know why, but we've kind of been programmed to think that Africa, for some reason, it's just lions and tigers running through the streets for some reason. That's not the case. You know, we have the infrastructure just like everyone else has the infrastructure. Yes, there might be you know, as far as certain places has a middle class and to where the wealth is more spread around. It might not be that case necessarily in Africa, but we've got money in Africa. You think of all the resources that we utilize all through the world. Where do they come from? You know, we got money. We got the infrastructure. We've got things going on. Like, if you guys ever follow me, or some of you do follow me, and you saw my posting while I was in Morocco, it's amazing, beautiful place. you know. And so, you know, it's about time for us to kind of break down that barriers and break down that stigma that, oh, Africa is just, you know, gorillas in your backyard and things like that. Come on, man.
Question over there for Frankie. Just curious, checking in, how is bantamweight still the plan for you, and how's that going?
Yeah, it's still the plan for me. Just trying to get a fight booked, and then we'll get going with the weight and all that.
Okay, so you haven't started trimming it down yet, or?
I mean, I'm pretty light. I'm probably about as light as every other bantamweight up here, so I guess I'm on par with everybody else already.
You're surrounded by basically the top 5 of the division. I mean, you got Marlon, Cody, Henry. When you look at them, is it almost strange to just be in this dynamic with them, knowing that you're basically coming to their plan?
Nah, not at all. You know, I'm doing this for quite a while. I've been around a lot of people that I could potentially fight. You know, so this is a dominance thing, and come talk to you guys. I just want to tell a quick story about Ali. All right, that's a quick story. Now, I was in between management back in 2011. Ali was helping Henzo at the time, not really managing anybody. I think Henzo maybe had one fight in UFC. And I was, like I said, I was in between management. I was thinking maybe I'll just manage myself and get a guy to help me do sponsors. Call Henzo and say, hey, what do you think about Ali? He's like, yeah, motherfucker, Ali's the guy. All right, so I call Ali. I say, hey, man, how you help me with sponsors? He's like, brother, I'm coming down. I'm taking the train. I'm coming down to your house. Yes, yes. So he comes down. I think my father picked him up from the train station, and he's all suited up. Probably not as nice as the suit, but suited up nonetheless. And at that, he's now, keep in mind, he's coming there to do my sponsors, but by the end of the night, he ended up managing me, and we came a long way, right? I said we came a long way. So give it up to Ali, man. He's a special dude. He saw my career, what everybody's careers up here, changing the game.
Ali. He loved this. He loved it. Everybody knows his name. Ali, come here, Ali, please.
You gotta come and sit here.
One last one for Frankie right there. What are you looking for in your debut?
Go to smoke something.
What kind of opponent are you looking for your debut at 35? Are you just going to take anybody, or you want someone really high up there?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Ali figure it out. Obviously, I'm probably gonna fight someone ranked high. You know, I think what I've done in my career, I deserve that. And yeah, I'm ready to, you know, kind of have a new chapter in my career. You know, 55, I think I had 12 or 13 fights. 45, I had 12 or 13, and here we go. Maybe we get 12 or 13 and 35.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate it. Kelvin, real quickly, I could almost sense your frustration over Twitter on Saturday this past weekend. I'm just curious, I mean, what was that? That had to be a weird experience for you watching that fight.
Does this work? Yeah. What was the question again?
I could almost sense your frustration on Twitter on Saturday as the event was going on. I'm just curious, for watching that fight, it had to be a very strange experience for you.
Absolutely. I felt like it should be me up there. You know, I feel like I should be fighting for the title and getting, getting my hand raised inside the octagon for the title. And yeah, I was a little frustrated just because I felt like it was me. You know, back in February, I felt like I was robbed of an opportunity, and to see Rob go out there and put on a performance like that, it was a little disappointing.
How are you viewing the Till fight? In your mind, is it that one, and then you're back in the title picture?
Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind that I win this fight against Till, that I'm next for the title. I mean, I think a rematch with Adam Saya is inevitable, like Thanos says. And let's make Rumble in the Jungle, baby. Me and Izzy, Kamaru on the card as well. Let's make it happen. Whatever.
Last thing for you, just curious, with Darren Till coming up, I mean, a lot of people, it seems, have thought that he's a real middleweight, but now he's actually coming up, and you've done this same transition as him. He's fighting off a lot for his first fight, taking you. I mean, just curious for your thoughts on Darren Till and this move up.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad transition for him. But ultimately, physically, I think he's going to feel great. I know how the transition was for me, and how eliminating that weight cut aspect was such a positive thing for me. So I think he's going to be feeling good.
Thank you, man. Good luck. And really quickly for Justin, one quick thing. I'm curious, man. I mean, watching your fights all the way back from World Series of Fighting, it's crazy to see how you've evolved these last few years. Have you almost impressed yourself with the way that this has gone, these last few fights?
Yeah, I think so. I think fighting, 5 out of 6 fights main events is the biggest surprise to me. I didn't know if, I knew people, it would resonate with people with the effort that I put in, but 3 big finishes in a row. I fight for money, I'm getting all the bonuses, so that's nice. And I'm number 4 right now, and I'm about to fight for a world title, fight the best man in the world, Khabib. So I absolutely am surprised and I'm excited.
For you, are you just holding out? Is it Conor or nothing, or is it Conor or bust, or are you just like...
It's Khabib or nothing, pretty much.
Yeah?
3 big knockouts in a row, 2 guys that have never been finished in the UFC, or Edson has once, but Cerrone, no one's ever knocked Barboza out like I did, first round. So it's Khabib or Conor pretty much for me. I guess I'll throw my hat for I'll fight Diaz or Masvidal, that sounds fun. Because I want to fight Khabib, but I gotta wait till September if that's gonna be the case, if he beats Tony. And I love fighting too much, I don't want to wait that long. So someone will have to fight before then. So it's Conor preferably. The man keeps saying he's gonna fight. I really wish he would either get out of the ring. He's number 3. So he's only had one win ever in the lightweight division in his whole life. And so yeah, it's tough for me to be okay with that.
Awesome, thank you.
A question for Cody. It's been a minute. We've missed you. If you could just kind of give folks an update on what your status is and when we could expect to see you back fighting.
Yeah, I've been on a little injury prone these last few fights and camps, but I'm taking my time. I turned 28. I've got a life and fight in me. My hunger still is. Every day I wake up, I'm excited to get back. My division is one of the most entertaining, best division in the UFC. You got Frankie coming down, you got Edgar, you got Marlon, you got Henry, Dominic's making his comeback, TJ Dillashaw, he'll probably be back. He's done taking the steroids. But so it's a good division. Those are all good guys. So it keeps me excited. When I'm sitting there, I'm trying to recover and really heal. I'm not going to rush this recovery process. I thought when I was younger, especially being the champion, I wanted to defend that as quickly and as much as I could. And 4 fights in 1 year, my body came at a cost. I was able to become a champion. I tasted it a little bit, and I'm more hungry than I've ever been. I have to go back up the mountain a different way, a different path, and I'm excited for that. It's a new adventure for me. The past is the past. Move on from that, learn from that. I think my whole entire life I've had to learn the hard way, and that's how I grew up. So you have to grow through what you go through. This is I'm paying my dues to this sport. You have to pay your dues and your respect and dedication. You see everyone out here on this stage comes from different walks of life, and they believe in themselves, they work hard, and they pay their dues, and that's why we're all here together. And I want to thank Ali, Mike Tyson, and Rob Hickman for this amazing opportunity to bring such amazing humans and special athletes together to share this voice from the media. It's a relaxed vibe. It's no stress of fight week, so it's nice to come out here and just kind of see what's going on in our life outside of what you get to see fight week. A lot of us are different. You got to flip the switch and become that fighter. We're always not that focused or aggression towards we're focused on the fight, but then we have to do media all day long. So it's nice to come out here and just speak with you guys, fill you in on what we're doing in our life, and obviously the recovery the road. I'm hoping for a March return, hopefully sooner. I talked to Dana a few days ago. I would like for the UFC to come back to Ohio in March. There's an Arnold Classic there. It's a great time to go and do that. So we'll see. We got Stipe as the champion again. So Stipe fighting Ohio's home state. I would love to, and that's where I'm at with that. I'm excited to come back.
Thank you. You actually look younger. I don't know what you're doing, but you look younger. Someone kind of touched on this, but yeah, in terms of motivation, right? Because you're still calling the fights for the UFC, right? So you still are working around it. But how are you processing the frustration of being on the sidelines for this long?
Yes, one I know the suspension that something happened the first time is so hard to me, first month is so hard, but after then I don't stay think about every time. I'm sad all the time. No, I'm just keep going my life. You know, I did a lot of things, and then just I'm okay. I'm okay. Just so you guys see my face, and that's it. You know, I'm okay. That's it. I'm happy. I told you guys. I'm enjoying my daughters, my family. I travel a lot. I work a lot. You know, I make a lot of money too. You know, this is very important because everybody might make a money. And all the thing I want to say to Ali, because I hear be a shy again. Hey, when you sign with Ali, when you sign with him, he bring into the store and they give it for everyone. You know? You guys did it with you too? No. No. I saw that. Yes, for sure. Never. He never bring in the store and they take for everyone.
I know what you're talking about.
Carl, yeah, this is all the thing. Yeah. And that's it. I'm happy and I come back soon. You know, that's it. I'm surprised. I have a lot of questions for me because you know I'm a suspension guy. You know, active guys here.
I have another question for you, only because everybody now after the incident with Tony, who makes a lot of fun of Tony's the kind of guy that, I mean, what do you feel of that whole situation that went down and how it kind of spawned this whole
the Tony Ferguson?
Yeah, from that lunch that time, and it kind of turned into this whole thing.
Yes, you there, you I just talked with you. I think it's your fault.
It is my fault. I fully admitted it, because I spoke to you on the side and yes. He was offended and I apologized, but yes, I fully admit it was my fault.
No.
But...
No, I think this fault is with Fiali, this problem. He have a problem with Fiali. Something, nothing, but for sure, but I don't know. I just say hi to him and you guys see the video, everybody saw the video, you know. This is, I think this is my record video in the internet. Like a lot of millions guys watch this. But today nothing, because after then he come to talk with me, you know, he don't say sorry, but just say everything, give me a hand, I'm a fan, and that's it, you know.
But you guys are cool too.
Yes, everything's good, yeah.
Very nice.
Awesome. I know like a couple guys from here, but I don't want to say who's the, you know.
Last question for you, Justin. You know, obviously if Khabib is next, obviously he's an incredible wrestler. You've been knocking people out, but we always talk to you and we're like, Justin, when are you going to use your wrestling? Would you prefer to knock Khabib out or would you prefer to beat him at wrestling?
I use my wrestling. I would use my wrestling ability to stop takedowns against him. Yeah, I hit super hard, super athletic. Khabib's the best in the world, but on fight night, it's chance. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna give everything. Throw shit up the middle and try to catch him with something big. It only takes 2 or 3 calf kicks to make somebody really, really change the way they fight. And so if I can go in there and land those in the first 40 seconds, then it's a whole different fight that he's ever been in. And that's something that I bring to the table every single time I step in there.
Thanks.
2 more questions, please. That's it. What happened?
But Garcia, you ask and she'll deliver. Earlier, Kamaru and Henry mentioned the power of dominance and the power of the relationship. Can you expand on that? What does that practically mean for the fighters? How does this relationship, the deep roster, how does that help you? How does that serve you?
Maybe I'll speak because the thing is a lot of people tend to ask about Ali, and a lot of people have a misinterpretation, and they misjudge somebody. Ali is so passionate with his guys that when you offend him, when you offend us, you almost offend him. So it almost becomes like a fight. Like what we have here is it's a brotherhood. And even though me and Marlon have fought, or maybe in the future me and Frankie will fight, or even Cody, it's we all go back and respect this man. Because that's what he does, man. Like it's a huge ace. I think he has over 160 fighters that you represent on.
And all of them get paid the most.
But it's he's building something good, and I think even the start of what's going on here, it's you guys are getting a gist of the fighters and their personalities. I mean, some of you guys have probably you guys broke bread with us in the back. We talked and whatnot, and I think that's what we need, and that's why we're here. Part of it it's to be a voice too. We can put on events. And I think so far so good. So thank you, Ali.
Hey. Justin,
Yeah, just to expand on what he said, I mean, it's, you know, some of you guys, if you follow, if you're on the internet, obviously you've seen, you know, how passionate Ali is, especially when it's me and him somewhere. I don't know why people kind of tag us together, but but that's how passionate he is. If you say something about me, you offend him. You say something about him, you offend me. And we've seen that, hey, when his brother's in there, and all of us here, even though some of us, brothers fight all the time, even though some of us might have to fight each other, at some point there's a common ground that you know, we all have that common respect for each and every one of us.
Yes, I want to give the opportunity all fighters to say something about Ali or just myself, okay?
I'm not joking, but
Okay, well then.
Okay, I'll say something about Ali. You know, Ali is like it's like an older brother for me. You know, maybe from everybody over here, I know Ali since the beginning, since he wasn't even a manager. Then he started managing Frankie. You know, and that's when everything started. So Ali is like an older brother for me. He's a great guy, and what can I say? Like Verdun said, I don't have a contract with Ali neither. You know, it's like man to man, and I believe in him 100%. So I'm really happy with him, and I'm really happy to see where he got. You know, so it's awesome.
Yeah. I know Ali for a while, and you know, Ali's a good person. You know, a lot of people talk a lot of trash about him, but he definitely has our back. You know, and the one reason I wanted to sign with Ali is whenever he dropped Malky when he punched him in his mouth, and I saw Forrest Griffin run over there and pick him up, and Ali said, "I told you when I see you again, I was gonna punch you in the mouth." He did what he said he was gonna do, so I was like, "That's some gangster right there." You know, I need a manager like that. And Ali's the one, you know, so if anybody's going to have a manager that'll stand up for him and have his back through thick and thin, it's Ali. So thank you, Ali, for doing what you do, man, for all of us.
Yeah. No, I wasn't going to sign with Ali because I thought he had bad habits. But he's actually an amazing guy. Yeah, I mean, I have a story, but I don't want to get into it. Yeah, no, I don't. But he's a great guy. I think a lot of us are real appreciative of him. He's done a lot for us in our careers, and so just. And Izzy, KG is here, ready to take his belt back.
Yeah.
Let's make Rumble in the Jungle again. And it'll be us that'll be main event. Kamaru, I'm sorry.
You been smoking? Oh, okay. I think it's great. Ali represents people from all over the world, and to bring us together like this and really helps us have a voice. I've never been around this many fighters at once, and one day, whenever we need to talk, I know that this can happen, and we'll all sit down and handle business. So I think that's a great thing that Ali is. He's always looked out for us fighters and for the greater good of fighters. And he's also the best manager in the world, and he will prove that by getting me the Khabib fight before Tony.
I've been with Ali probably 7 years, and we respect each other, you know. He always done what he say, and I did too. And we get far together, and I respect him, and I see how he works with every one of his fighters, you know. He equally does the same he did for me, he did for Cody, for all his guys, you know. And I'll stand for him, you know, whatever. Ali knows if something happened, I'm gonna be there, and I know if something happened, Ali will always be there. So I think everyone here is grateful and blessed to have this guy. He really takes care of everyone up here.
Yeah, I kind of gave my story already, but Ali's great. The proof is in the pudding, man. He's got the best clients. You know, everybody stands by him. Everybody talks highly of him. You know, all the hate you hear out there is kind of BS, and these are the opinions that matter, the people that he works with on a day-to-day basis, and what you hear from us is only good things. So, thank you to Ali.
Thank you guys for having us here.
All right, everybody. I think that's.
Does anyone have one last question? Because we're about to take a group photo with all of the fighters. So if there's any last questions, we're wrapping it up.
Ali.
Picture.
Ali, picture.
Come on, we're doing group photo. Let's go.
Look good, guys. I look good up here.